Microsoft just released Phi 3, smaller models that are almost as good as GPT 3.5, but for smartphones. Phi Mini is the first model and it has only 3.8 billion parameters, and Microsoft calls it SLM or small language model, as opposed to LLMs, which is large language models. The interesting part is how the model was trained. A Microsoft researcher was reading a bedtime story to his daughter. He wondered how much AI could learn if we only used the words a 4-year-old would know. So he and his team, they created a list of 3,000 simple words and fed them to the large language model, asking it to generate millions of short children's stories. They called this dataset Tiny Stories. Next, they used this dataset and trained small language models or SLMs. And these smaller models performed very well for generating the subsequent set of stories. Now, inspired by this approach, they created a larger dataset called Code Textbook, and they collected high quality data across large language models and released their first model in this iteration called Phi 1. And over time, these models were fine-tuned to reach a point where we now have Phi 3. Phi 3 small with 7 billion parameters and medium with 14 billion parameters. This is a threat to Google's Gemini Nano, the model that seemed to have had a good grip on the AI smartphone market.